Ria and Farah. So we will be fighting for the topic. Okay, so the topic is, should organization be legally required to ensure fair pay and work-life balance for women? I feel it's really important to give a fair pay to the women and work-life balance. So, if the company gives fair pay, a good image will be created outside. It will be attractive. It will attract more women to, it will make them feel confident that they can work and also handle their personal life, their personal families.
We also believe that women secures achievements as much as men does, and they need to be treated equally and need to be provided fair pay. Also in the terms of creativity, women are also considered to be more creative than men, which will provide a major push in the industry.
If company gives fair pay, a good image will be created outside. It will attract more women.
Okay, so let's take an example. We had an event in the Belgaum thing, and there were many students who participated in that, and we have seen that Amelia was taken as a supporter for everybody, who took care of everybody as a mother. So we need that a mother as well. We need someone to be taken care of, and this is how women encourages everybody. It's not in terms of boys. Not only boys should be paid, but even girls can do this.
Okay, this is a misconception. People think that women are emotionally, weak. But this is not the case over here. Women are, they are not emotionally weak, they are strong. They think practically and emotionally together. They know when to think practically, when to think emotionally. So when it comes to work or when it comes to family, they know what they have to do and they take corrective measures also. Their decisions are right, they are not wrong. People think they have that, cheap thinking, or you can say, they don't think that women can, lead or women can be in the organization, be at a higher position. Men don't think that way.
Also, according to the recent reports, women are found to be more productive as an employee in a company. Also, in the advancing generation, we need to promote the fact that women need to be paid fairly as equal as men, so that there is no gender inequality or something.
Okay, so maybe it is said that girls are given more payments and more leaves and all, but it is not that. Boys, as in males, they are paid more because they are more productive as in such, but it is not that. Emotionally, girls are there, but there is one example we have is Karen Lynch, which is which is the CEO of CDS Health. So she has done pretty well, and
we would like to conclude with the point that we understand women employed as equal as men and ought to be paid as equal as men for the tasks they perform equally. We also believe that motivating women and working as independent employee will lead to a fair pay in the future. Thank you.
Okay, so as Zed said, we understand women employment. One is equal men, like men and women have equal right. So the company has to think about the women. They should know that giving fair pay to the women is necessary because women also try their best.
Last 1 minute.
Okay. So, okay, we have heard a lot of cases about the women. They handle their home, they handle their family, and also they handle the organization where they work, their jobs. Okay, they like get up early in the morning, they make breakfast. Also, they go back to their work, they work hard. Okay, they get they're really they're really innovative. They're confident. It's not like the men are the only ones who are confident. Thank you.
Thank you, Jimeko. Now let's hear from Team Z. Your 7 minutes start now.
So my name is Saraswat. We are from Team Z. So we are arguing against work. We are arguing against legal requirement to ensure fair pay of work and work balance for women.
So my name is Aditi and I will be speaking against all the points that you all stated. Firstly, being good reputation. Now I have a question. Why don't businesses hire only women? Because it reduces costs of the business, can be more profitable because you don't have to pay the women as much as compared to men. And this does exist. There are statistics in India itself. Women are paid less compared to men. The percentage is as high as 20%, 30%. This happens a lot in India. And it's basically a myth, but at the same time it's not, because it does happen. You can take into account such as occupations such as working in software engineering, so many IT sectors. The percentage of women compared to men is comparatively less.
I am Shlok and I use that women are more productivity, but actually there are small pay disparity among the genders, but that does not exist because has nothing to do with women paying less. It has to do with individual career choices. There are choices between men and women. Women tend to go to less paying jobs. For example, I'll say the least paying jobs for college degrees, counseling, psychology, 76% women take into consideration. And early childhood education, 98% female. You want to equalize that? No. Religion, vocation and theology, 30% of female. Human resources and communicating organization, 70%. Social workers, 80 to 85% women are doing it. And if I talk about best paying college degrees, are petroleum engineering, which is 88% dominated by men. Pharmaceutical sciences, 66%. Maths and computer science, 84%. Aerospace engineering, 88%. And chemical engineering is 62%. These are the higher paying jobs men are doing. So there's a reason why some fields are dominated by men and some fields are dominated by women. There's a reason behind this. And basically, pay gap is not to be found too much because in India, they say that every dollar a man makes, woman makes 70%. That is not true because the actual pay gap is found to be around 6.6%. The reason is men do the most dangerous jobs, oil rigs, 99% men do the carpenters. If you order from Swiggy and Zomato, mostly a man comes and delivers to your house, even though it's raining. And they are willing to do the work. They are willing to work long hours and available and always available. So companies pay more to some to those people, not just men, to women also, who is always available, ready to when companies need them, and pay gap is nearly vanishing at large. So I believe that every business wants a functioning company. So impact on business flexibility to adapt to changing market conditions. Mandatory regulation could limit the ability to manage the workforce efficiently and interim growth. So I don't think so it's true. And if you talk about more productivity, men are naturally more productive. If you look at top 10 richest companies are run by men.
So now when you talk about having less pay, so there are some industries which are dominated by women more. So obviously women get paid more there. Like say for example modeling. So it's a woman-dominated industry. So they get paid more compared to men. Now say there are not much male models. Now say if you talk about sports, women are paid less compared to men. That is because men watch more men's sports compared to women's sports. No one watches them. So they generate less revenue. So that is why they are paid less. So if a man, okay, for a football match, if men are playing it and they generate say 20 crores in revenue, and if a woman's match generates like 20 lakhs in revenue, who is going to be paid more obviously? Men, right? So then how can you argue that women are being paid less? In some industries, men are being paid less. So it is based, we should not see like we should not see the gender, we should see the person's skills. In the modeling industry, a woman is more important. But in in some other industry, a man will be more important. So they will be paid more. So you all are only just knowing like you all are seeing the gender, you all should see the skills of the person instead of looking at the gender of the person.
So the conclusion is you can't give fair wages. The firm should give wages according to skills and not discriminating about man and woman. And someone said a point at emotion, right? So in a business environment, you can't give salaries according to the emotions.
Also, another reason why women are paid in the workplace, women have other duties also, like at home, like a woman might need to take care of a child or something. So she will work less in the workplace. So that's why she has less productivity. So that's why she's paid less, because she does not bring so much to the company if she's working for less hours.
Yeah, that was the conclusion for our topic.
Thank you, Team Z. Now we move to the 6-minute cross-debate session, where both teams will defend their arguments. Your 6 minutes start now.
Okay, so you said Swiggy, the delivery job. It was the past that only men had that, they can deliver, they can go at late night, they can go and deliver to other houses. But now they've introduced women also. Women can also go for the delivery jobs.
I have not seen anybody.
They have introduced now. They started to understand about this topic now.
But in a place like But in a place like India, it's not safe for women to go out like late at night. So how will they do? So basically, it's a job for men, because you can't send a girl out at 3 a.m. to deliver pizza to someone.
Exactly what you're saying. That's the mentality of the man.
It's not the mentality of the man. It is the mentality. Look, if someone can attack you all. Okay, no one will go to. If a man is on my side, no one is going to come to attack me. But if someone is on your side, they will come to attack you. That is the thing. Okay. If now you all cannot just go out at 3 a.m. right to deliver food to
So
someone.
okay, wait. You're saying that even girls have the self-defense skills right now. Even myself, I'm also having the self-defense skills. My parents have the thinking that before they were used to think. My grandparents, they think that women can't go out late night, even after 7 o'clock. But now women are going out. Even early in the morning at 4 o'clock or even 3 o'clock when it's midnight, they are going and delivering, they're doing their jobs, whether it's overtime, whether it's part-time, anything. Now the world has been changing. The thinking has been changing towards the women. Women can also go with the man, they can walk with the man, they can go ahead of man. It's not like you said about the skills. Skills are also, taken in the point. But about the women, women and men have the same. skills, right? Okay, you said the modeling agencies are only for the women. Men are also there in the modeling agencies. But what about, now they have been changing. Men are also coming to, more men are coming to the industry. You said the percentage over here.
Yeah.
That's the past. That's the, now. But in the future, people have the thinking. They are like, women can also be there. Women can also lead. Women can also, be with the men. What you're saying, 30%, 70%. Now, that's the correct thing. But after in the future, women have that thinking that men, they can surpass the men.
No.
Look, there are some jobs which only men can do. You are not going to go and work on oil rigs. Are you going to? Are you going to work on oil
Women
rigs?
also want to work. I can also work.
But you are not going to. That's the thing. You are not going to work.
Why will I not work? Why will I not work?
You don't want to listen to that.
See, men and women, I understand. Women have emotional thinking that people used to think. But now women have, being strong. They think practically. They want to earn. They want to be, be into that job. Whether it's any type of a job. Whether it's uncomfortable or something. But now women are doing such jobs.
Okay, as a girl, personally, I believe that it is a really dangerous place to work, especially oil rigs and all that. Because women, their upper body is relatively weaker than their lower body, so they should not be, carrying heavy weights and doing all extensive work. There are other fields that women can go into and they can earn just as much. But when it comes to safety issues, it is more of a men-dominated field compared to women.
Okay, I understand what the top point is. But now women are also, when it comes to strength, women are also, surpassing men when it comes to strength. Upper body, you say. Now they're, training for that. He said for the construction work, even women are the ones who are working in the construction. Even before, the women who had even their babies, they're handling their babies and also working over there, rather than about the life.
See, I understand what you're saying.
Also, as Aditi mentioned, that there is a male domination in the industry. I need you to read the question properly. It speaks about a fair pay. It doesn't speak about domination. And if you speak about the domination, recently, according to what I know, in AITD, in GEC, in industries like, as you said, software and IT, there are more of female students as compared to male students. Also speaking about, as Shlok said, that domination of male in the industries, women are, what we are debating is for women should be paid as equal as men for the task they perform and the skills they have. Also, we believe that in certain tasks, as Saraswat said, modeling, that women are more creative. We believe that women should be paid more enough.
Is this research, where is this research, That woman, which research? Like, is this there somewhere, or is it all just making it up?
What research? What research?
What you all are saying right now, that in these fields in particular, women are more there, and they are paid less. Okay, is there research?
We didn't say that women are paid less. We said for the
Because
task.
there are some industries where there are more men and men do more work. So that's why they are paid more in those industries. But in some industries, there are more women and they are paid more. Are we complaining? No.
That's not the point of view.
Talks about gender discrimination, we are talking about women's more, but as you said, girls are more into modeling. Who said that? Boys are. There are boys, and they are paid even more than girls.
Where are those?
Who said who's not there? Who said boys are not there? God said girls are more.
I know reality hurts, but it's not. There's a reason. There's a reason why there is male dominated and woman dominated.
No, it's not. It has changed by.
It has not. Which
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your time starts now.
Hello everyone. Getting old as a Wednesday. This is Freya, Pinky and Bhakti. And we will speak for the topic. Okay. The topic is mandatory drug testing for employees necessary and appropriate in the workplace? So I would like to start with a give an example so that you can imagine how it is. So, imagine you are part of the management team, okay, and maybe you have a few employees, a couple hundred, and maybe one day an employee walks in and he is under the substance, and it is clearly visible that he has taken something, okay, and it shows. So maybe he's acting in aggression, okay, he's all lazy, all that, okay. So what would happen is it creates an unsafe working environment for the other employees, right? Because maybe he'll act in aggression, maybe he'll do something violent. We can't be too sure because we don't know what these drugs that he's taken. So that could happen. Another thing would be that he's clearly under the substance, so he can't work productively. Okay, you can't really do work after you've taken hard drugs, right? And I would also say that if someone else, maybe from outside, has seen this person in this company after they seeing him in that state, right? So it wouldn't be good for the company, for its goodwill, because now people will associate that company with such behavior that employees are taking drugs and they're coming to work. Okay, and by doing drug tests, at least we can identify these liabilities, right? And I think it's mandatory because we have to do it in these cases, right? So I feel it's appropriate and it's necessary, okay? And if they have a problem, we as a company can do our best to also ensure that we can provide help to them, because clearly they have a problem and maybe it's not their fault, okay? But we as a company, it's even our responsibility because it's our employee to help him, okay? Yeah.
So mandatory drug testing is necessary because it will ensure the workplace's safety. Like in high-risk industries such as construction, we can always ensure that the employees are not impaired by drugs or alcohol. And also the productivity and the performance will increase and the drug-free environment will benefit the overall efficiency of the organization.
Okay, so as Ansley said, a person under influence or under the substances enters the company, he will obviously not be in his right mind, so he won't be able to focus on his job or what he's doing, so the productivity will go down. And if he acts aggressive or is like in the organization, so like the other employees will be influenced by him because they will see how the person is acting and productivity will go down because they won't like the environment of the company. It won't be very favorable to work in. And as he said, like if the word goes out, if media finds out, then the reputation of the company will obviously go down. No new employees will go and apply for that company or anything. And so it also reduces the liability for the employers. Like if he damages the assets of the company or like he damages the computers or anything, it will obviously cost them more to repair those. And if that person is somebody who's well doing in his job, then it will the productivity will go down, as I said earlier. So employees can mitigate risk of accidents which can lead to reduced insurance premium and the liability claims.
Okay, so to conclude, I would like to say that as considering all the points that my group has given, it is understandable by every one of us that if somebody is there under drug influence, it won't be comfortable enough for the colleagues to work over there as well, which may also cause a trouble to the management. The colleagues would raise their opinions. They might not find it comfortable, they might complain about it. It is also the responsibility of the management to maintain a good working condition. So it's really needed to take counter of such a situation or any such employee. Also again, reputation falls in middle of it. This could really spoil the image, the goodwill of the company. And as we know that maintaining a good goodwill is not that easy in today's world. Like media would bring, they just need a topic to pull you down, right? So this would be a good enough reason to pull the reputation of the company down. So yeah.
I would like to add a point also. So it is mentioned, is it appropriate for the workplace? So at least in working environments, there are occasional health checkups that take place, and in that they conduct various health checkups. They have that PP or whatever. So do I feel it's appropriate? Yes, because similar to how you do drug testing, you would either need a urine sample or a blood sample. Okay, and I don't feel that it would be that.
Last 1 minute.
I don't feel that it would be that uncomfortable for the employee to maybe consider giving it. Okay, because after all, he is a part of the company, and if the employee is at his best, then the company is at his best. So to conduct such tests, drug tests or health tests, I feel it's completely appropriate, and it does not feel inappropriate. So yeah, I would say.
Thank you, Team Board. Now let's hear from Team Prison. Your 7 minutes start now.
Imagine you walk into your company one day and you're forced into taking a drug test. You try to explain to the management that you do not feel comfortable, but at the end you have to comply with them because they threaten and manipulate you. The next day, the results come positive. You once again try to explain to the management that you had taken a strong dose tablet for the migraine which had been bothering you, and the tablet is prescribed to you by your doctor. The management does not believe you. It would hurt, right? The company for which you gave your blood, sweat and tears is not trusting you. It would hurt me. Respected judges and friends, I, Alia Katveria, along with my team here, am here to strongly oppose the motion of making mandatory drug tests in a company. I would like to start that drug tests, if you know, are conducted in a very invasive way to either require a urine sample, a blood sample or a saliva. And many people might find this an intrusion to their privacy. And because these tests are being conducted on the basis of just mere assumptions and not with some solid proof or reason, why should employees agree to these tests? Another point is that the information which is conducted from these tests should be dealt with confidentiality, because when a person is using narcotics or drugs, it might be because of a personal reason which he would not be comfortable sharing with the company. And also, because it is an intrusion to a person's privacy, the company might have to face legal lawsuits which will in turn drain the resources of the company.
Okay, so in a random workplace, drug test is not always accurate, I would say, because when drug tests are done, they are not always accurate. Because if a person has consumed ham seeds, poppy seeds, or even some other kind of substances, or under some medical circumstances, which may give some false report.
So I would like to start my argument with an example. So basically in Jharkhand there was a hospital, there was a drug test which was conducted. So when a nurse, so one of the nurses, they found that some morphine was stolen. Later on a nurse was found guilty. But she pleaded that it wasn't her fault, she never stole it. By further investigation it was found that someone during that drug test framed the one who was thought to be guilty. So what I want to say is, from that drug test, people use this test to frame other people, to get away with it. And people are not always comfortable with this test, you know. People wouldn't like their privacy to be invaded. They wouldn't like to say yes to something which they are not comfortable with. Employees feel very less valued and respected through this. This further leads to decreased job satisfaction. They might just withdraw from their job, go to other places.
Companies can focus on recovery and support, like instead of targeting them personally, they can organize wellness programs, stress management, and substance abuse prevention. This can create a healthier and more comfortable work environment. These programs mostly focus on better measures and support rather than aiming or punishing the employees for taking drugs, and it promotes a positive workplace. The organization can provide a proper life balance by providing them with more help and support if needed.
Actually, if we go to see, drugs are only not used for fun, as I would say. There are certain type of drugs which employees consume to increase their focus and attention span. The company should identify these types of burdens, because why is the employee doing it? It is because he has to meet a deadline. So the company should try and talk to the employees who they feel are using substances and ask them for a reason. Because many times the main cause for a person to start using drugs or narcotics is because the person is going through personal issues or is suffering through some mental problems, suffering with some mental issues such as depression and anxiety, and to get rid of those or at least try to stop them for some time, the person uses drugs as a relief. So the company should try and hire counselors and arrange such programs so that employees are also more motivated to work, and overall the employees can also become a better person, because no one wants to be addicted to drugs for their entire life. Everyone is trying to quit, but it is not that easy. So the company has to be supportive of its employees.
So, I would like to say that employees, you just may go to your workplace one day and see that your employee saying that your boss saying that, oh, we are going to take a drug test today. How's that going to make you feel? It's like, why am I even doing this? I've worked here so many years. Now, one point I would like to add to that is drug tests, they can be used to target certain groups, certain people of caste, religion, color, even genders, as spoken before the round. I would like to say that drug test, I'm not saying that it's not bad, should be conducted, but there should be measures. There should be measures added to make sure that there is no abuse of it.
Yes, drug tests might have some positive points, but it is not worth putting your employee under that stress and doubting your most trusted employees, because that will create a distress for the employee and he will not feel belonged in your company. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim Friesen. Now we move to the 6-minute cross debate session. The 6 minutes starts now.
So Alia, as you mentioned, towards the very end, you said that the employees might be taking drugs due to some personal reasons, right? They must be having their own reasons to do so. But I don't think that's the very best solution to their personal problems. Are we not educated enough to go and check out with a counselor? Is it necessary for us to go on drugs?
Well, see, as you said, the person is working. He might not have a proper work-life balance. That's why he's going through drugs. And I'm not saying, drug is just a release of dopamine for some time. Once the effect wears off, the person will be stuck in the same problem, and that is how the cycle continues. So the company should intervene and make it stop and actually talk to the person to help him find. Sometimes you will know the solution, but you just cannot see it. The company has to help the employee.
How would they intervene if they didn't know what drugs he was taking? For that, you need a drug test. Could you just go to someone who's under the substance and just talk to them? Have you ever talked to someone who's under the substance? It's not normal. They don't talk normal. You have to conduct a drug test to know what drugs they are taking and how we can help them with that. I don't disagree with you that we have to help them, obviously. Okay, but how do we know which drugs they are taking we have to conduct a drug test for that. Okay, we don't know like which drugs they could be taking. Obviously, there are some drugs that are not harmful, but there are some which are very harmful, which have very bad side effects. Okay, and that could be detected in that drug test, right? So the purpose of the drug test is to identify which hard drug that person is taking, right, in their life because they are of their own personal reasons. Okay. You also mentioned at the start you're forced to take a drug test. I don't think a company would just force you to take a drug test. They would mention at the start, okay, look, they'll send an email, they'll say it or whatever. Like, okay, we're going to conduct a drug test. I hope you're all okay with it. Even if a person wasn't okay, the proper management would be to ask this person, why do you not want to do it? Okay, if they had any problems, that's the management part, not the drug test.
Okay, so as you see, drugs, yes, a drug test can be very helpful to the employee, but would you rather be attacked by a manager and directly be forced into taking a drug test?
I'm not saying being attacked, I'm just saying that they are telling him that's what a good manager would do.
Yes, as a good manager, I feel drugs are not the only reason why you should help your employee. If you could see that one of your employees is not performing as usual, if you see that he is tired, he is having a burnout, so wouldn't you first go and try to talk to him to find out? If you cannot find out and his behavior keeps on repeating, then a drug test might be necessary to clear your doubts. But the first step should be talking, so that you at least come to know the employee's point of view.
First step would be talking, yes, but after you come to know that this person is under the influence, he has been taking something, then a drug test is necessary, it is essential.
Yes, so once, if I have a doubt that this person is consuming drugs, I will actually go and ask him face to face openly. If he denies it, and see, you cannot just make an assumption like I see you and like, oh, you must be on drugs, I need to get you tested. It cannot be that way. You need to have some solid proof why you feel this person is on drugs. And the best way to do that is by first actually approaching the person and talking to him, and then if he denies and you still have a solid proof, then you can tell him to take a test.
Solid proof would be to take a drug test. The unsolid proof would be to talk to him because you wouldn't know what he was taking. Solid proof would be the drug test.
You really feel that talking to the employee beforehand won't be a better way to deal with
Talking is better, but how would you know what he's been taking if you don't take a drug test?
You can see, and drug test, rather than taking a drug test when an employee's performance is going down, because it's not necessary that an employee's performance might always go down when he's on drugs. For example, there are drugs which actually help to increase the attention span and focus. And why the employee needs to do that is because of the workload which he has been facing. So rather than taking a drug test for him, the company can actually talk to him, figure out his problem of more workload and try to reduce and help him.
So you mentioned twice, okay? I heard you mention twice that there are certain drugs that increase the focus, right? That helps them to increase their performance. Are you trying to justify it that taking drugs would be good?
No, I am not trying to justify that drugs is a solution for any problem. I am saying that sometimes under pressure the person might take drugs, which is wrong. A person should not be that pressurized that he has to actually go to drugs and take the help of drugs. The organization should talk to the person and try to figure out a way to reduce his workload.
Okay, so as you said, the privacy part, right? So does that really matter as the organization point of view? Why would you care about the privacy of the person? Like the output you get from them is what's important. You said
as an employee, you would not care. As a manager, you would not care about the privacy of your employees. But from the employee's point of view, is that the company for which you have worked for years is doubting your work, is doubting your hard work, and is telling you to take a drug test.
That concludes round 2. Let's give a big round of applause for both teams.
Now I'll announce the winner. So the winner team is, any guesses?
Esteem